Okay, I see us. Oh, I like the green text on the cover. Let's actually have a look at that cover. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that was the text from, I think the limited run release, or some promotional stuff they did. Like, there were a few logo variations for the game, and you can find them all on Steam Grid DB. You can find PNGs of them all.
You do like your logos, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Let me start sharing this round.
Yeah, we
Like the
are
little
live.
whores we are. Chevy's already there. Welcome, Christopher.
Chevy, welcome.
Okay. I mean, feel free to start already if you want. I can share as you play. But
I'm just waiting for a few people to show up.
away.
Alistair Ray, welcome. Says, hello, how are you doing today? We reunited with Stompy tonight. That's right.
When's Gamescom?
That's a good question. I think Tokyo Game Show is next week, but yeah, I'm not sure when Gamescom is. Rob
Wait,
Harvey, hello.
which event was it rumored we'd get Isolation 2?
Gamescom. I think Gamescom's already happened. So I think the next rumor is just sometime in October. For the anniversary, there could be an announcement. But we will have to see.
Okay, that's not there. Is it not sharing
Steve
the cover?
Spires, welcome. Okay, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Do 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 do.
Okay, oh, pardon me. Where are you starting from?
Well, I figured today we'd just do some challenge mode stuff for practice because 10th anniversary is coming up, and we will be streaming this game a bit more that month. So I have never fully, from front to back without cheating, done Survivor mode. So let's do some of that.
I've only ever completed the first one, Basement, from start to finish.
Oh,
I don't think I've managed to do any of the other ones.
really? Yeah. The challenge mode ones, the like gauntlet ones, Safe Haven and Axles, I have certainly not done. But I at least want to do the character ones, Ransom, Lingard, and Ricardo.
I just always found them too hard. I tried. I just never got
tricky.
very far at all.
But let's do Amanda. We'll do them with the characters they feature. Alistair, I think I'll probably die a few times.
I hope I spelled Sebastopol right there, actually. No, I didn't, because I'm a fucking moron. No, Adam.
What?
Just how stupid I am.
No, you're not stupid.
I was reading something the other day about how apparently people over the last like 4 years since COVID have started reporting a diminished intelligence, shall we say?
I sure hope not, because I got it at some point. I know you did too.
Oh, fuck off, Aaron.
He just gets mad at himself.
I do get so mad at myself. I spelled Sevastopol very wrong. Not very. I mean, I missed an A and an O, but you know.
Stompy's already on my ass. Come on. Tyler, hello, welcome to the stream. That's right, it doesn't really show you objectives too much in the challenge mode, it would seem.
Don't you normally have the timers running? Sorry, I'm still sharing.
Yeah, you got the timers running. Oh, there he is. And we could go through here.
Steve says still amazed by the graphics. Yeah, it is incredible how fantastic this game looks for its age.
Yeah.
Caleb says, I was ahead of the game then. My intelligence has been diminishing long before COVID.
Yeah, that's just aging, Aaron.
I used to be intelligent, Adam. Okay, I've corrected that spelling. Let's get sharing again.
Stop it. Get out of here. Get. Come on, get. Collect 2 crew cards. Delete the system data. See, I can never find out where the objectives are. Just always such a pain.
Well, it's on your motion tracker,
Oh,
isn't it?
there's one.
Or
Okay.
did they change it for these?
Well, now it is. Oh. Okay. Stompy is very aggressive in this mode.
Definitely feeling aggressive tendencies, as Worf would say.
I haven't watched Star Trek in a while. I need to watch some again.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite quotes. It's from
No? Okay.
Insurrection.
See, it's telling me to go through that elevator, but that elevator's closed. Weird.
Or are you going down?
I think it only shows like your final objective. I don't think it shows the sub-objectives.
Oh, are you playing basement?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So no, that is the final objective. So yeah, that's half the fun of these is exploring and trying to find where your things are. System data's in here. It's left through there, that door on your left. Yep. Need to get there, yeah.
Uh-oh. Think he might see me. Don't mind me. You don't see me, do you?
Or is that the system data bit? No. You do that bit, then there's...
Yeah, this activates the elevator. Okay. Now he's gone. I thought it was... Well, maybe not. Lockdown the stairwell has failed.
Oh, is that that's a hacking somewhere? Actually, that is.
Yeah.
Xander, welcome. Chris says, "How's that Fede interview coming along?"
I don't know, Aaron. How is it coming along?
Well, for what it's worth, I've done another 10 minutes worth today before we started here. As in 10 minutes of
Uh-oh.
actual audio.
Uh-oh. Not good. Where is he? Where is he?
So there's a computer in this bit, isn't there? That you have to do to open the elevator.
Hey, it still counts if I just get out of here. Oh, that's locked down the stairs. Okay, so there's one of them.
Okay, so that's locked down the stair.
I think, but I don't think it matters anymore. Oh no, that was delete the system data. Okay, so I did complete one objective.
The cards. Where are the cards? There's one in the engineering room on the far side.
Oh boy.
I'm working on it, Chris. I'm sorry. I'm just struggling motivationally.
How about we just get out of here? Let's just get out of here. Those cards, I'll get those cards another day.
So the generator opens that door. Okay, so I was on this friggin' scoreboard at one point for this mission. You know what? Did I ever save that?
I don't know. Did you?
I'm gonna have to find out. Rob Harvey says, which Alien or Predator game did everybody anticipate the most? Caleb says Hunting Grounds, one of the only Predator-only games we've ever got. What about you, Adam? What was the most exciting AVP game for you?
Caleb's more of a Predator guy. I would have to say AVP 2010. I think the level of hype we had for that game was insane. Because we were all very into the franchise at that point. Rebellion was back. They were marketing the game like it was a big AAA game. I'd say that's probably the most excited. Maybe Isolation would be the second most.
Yeah.
Even though Isolation's objectively, the better game, but
I think yeah, Chevy says you also won a t-shirt at Eurogamer for getting on to the leaderboard. Different leaderboard, Chris. So that was at one of the game conventions over here. If you finished the game, if you finished the mission mode full stop, you got onto like a little scoreboard that they had outside the booth, and if you got on there, you won. They gave you a t-shirt, which I won. But yes, it was this level. It was basement. But I was on the actual scoreboard for the finish game at some point. I agree with your choices, though, Adam. 2010 wasn't the first game that I covered as a website person. I think Extinction was the first one that I did. I can't remember if there's a card in here or a card in the room opposite you, where he's walking by. So yeah, I think Extinction was the first game, and then there was Concrete Jungle, some of the mobile games, but none of those really excited me the way 2010 did as well, because it was my first, proper AAA potential return to the AVP 2 days. I got to go to Rebellion and play the game down there, which was the first time I ever got to do anything like that, which was fucking cool.
Also, it was a big multiplayer game, and we hadn't really had that since AVP 2.
AVP 2, no. Quite right.
But yeah, I'm sure that studio visit was really cool, because you hadn't done that before at that point.
No, never. And then I got to do another studio tour with Isolation, which was fucking cool as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And lots of, well, it was for both of them, to be fair. You know, I did a bunch of gaming conventions for both of them to um, go and play like the public builds and what have you.
I didn't realize, so this room down here, you're in the main game. That's like
Hang
right...
on, sorry, I need to flip across to you.
Right before the,
Oh, yeah.
before you get into the core.
So is there an ID in here? Have you found one yet?
Nope. Just trying to explore a bit more. That's a good stompy. Go back in your hole. There's one, I think. Did I get one?
Is that it?
I don't know.
Hang on, let me flick to the...
I think it would say 1 of 2 if I did get one.
No, I don't think it does. Yeah, that was one. That was one. I just flicked over to YouTube to rewind there. Rob Harvey says, mine was AVP2. I remember racing home with my copy of PC Gamer, which included the demo. Was that the single-player demo or the multiplayer demo, Rob? I remember having the Marine single-player demo from one of the magazines. Gareth says, would love a AAA Assassin's Creed-like Predator game. You and the rest of us. I'm not sure we'll ever get to see that. I don't think anybody will ever sink their money into something quite like that these days. Which is a damn shame.
But yeah,
Alice?
Also, sorry everybody if I sound like Elgin from Alien Resurrection today. I don't know if I have a little cold coming on or not.
You wish you sounded that sexy.
I sound pretty sexy. What are you talking about?
Alistair Ray says, I wonder how they are going to work everything out with Alien Earth as it's set before everything else. Obviously, it's going to explain how Wayland and Yutani and other companies knew about the Xenomorph. Well, most people are going to die. I think is how they're going to deal with that game.
Or they're just not really going to care about continuity with the rest of the series too much.
Yeah, true. I think you walked by where you locked the door down. I think it's as you walk by the stairwell downstairs.
Really?
Yeah, you know, as you walk through the entrance to the stairwell. Rob Harvey says it was the beginning of the Marine campaign, if I'm remembering rightly. Yeah, you are right, buddy. I'm sure I had the same demo, or at least my dad had the same demo that I played as well. Nom 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 nom. Meborn says a dinosaur game with this gameplay would be great. Well, this one coming, isn't there? Jurassic Park
Survival. Yeah. Apparently, it was inspired by Alien Isolation, so I mean that'll be the first big Jurassic Park branded media for a long time because it's only been like Jurassic World, and we're getting a new Jurassic World game as well. We're getting Evolution 3 apparently, which I really like the first two. So even though I have my thoughts on the Jurassic World movies, I'm glad the franchise is alive and healthy because it was dormant for like, what, 15 years? So, because I was definitely a Jurassic Park fan before I was an Alien fan.
I'm very much looking forward to Survival. I really am. I always enjoyed them. It was the first film I ever saw in the cinema. The first one.
Really?
And I don't remember it, but that is what I'm told by my parents.
The Lost World I was very excited for because I was 10 years old when that came out, but I think Jurassic Park I was still a little too young. I think they took me, but I just like fell asleep or something. But then I watched it at a friend's house and was really into it. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Xander says, Aaron, would you like a teaser of what I'm working on? Of course I would. I'm always up for a tease. Caleb says that's why it's stupid that it's set before Alien and Aliens.
All right, Aaron, where's this lock down the stairwell bit?
So I think, hang on, let me flick over to Discord.
Oh, right here?
The panel, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I can hear him. He'd be creeping.
There you go. And then Xander's just sent me, or just slid into my DMs. I'm assuming this is Xander.
That's the space flight terminal over there, I believe, right?
Hang on, let me again flip back over. Yes, the umbilical. Okay, very interesting, Xander.
Let me just catch up with the chat here.
It's fine, you don't need to. I'm here, I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
So Caleb said that's why it's stupid that it's set before Alien and Alien, so that's obviously referring to Alien Earth. How do you feel about the timeline?
I don't care. Prometheus and Covenant already messed up everything. Bring on Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5. Did you see that screen rant thing they posted that was like, now is the perfect time for Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5?
I think Scream Rant aren't exactly the best of journalists.
But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm crabby with that, but I don't think maybe we shouldn't be like the Terminator franchise and have all these different continuities.
No, we should not. Oh, is the other ID on that curve in front of you?
But yeah, I think I just got it. I think it's right there. But I didn't complete that objective, so that's...
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Collect 2 crew cards is still counting down.
Oh, did you not get the one from downstairs again? On this playthrough?
Probably did.
I don't think you did.
Oh.
But I think that's...
Was that it? Okay.
But that's your 2 locations.
But with the TV series, from what we know, like... I don't know how it's going to fit with the franchise, let's just put it that way. It certainly is interesting in doing its own thing. It certainly will have xenomorphs in it.
Caleb says Bridgetop just wants to see the continuity burn.
It's about sending a message.
I hate the idea of alternate continuities in Alien. But the fact of the matter is, we have had that since Prometheus came out anyway. Because of the AVPs.
Yeah,
I mean,
they did not make people say, "Oh, AVP was always meant to be its own canon." No, it was not. They specifically had Lance Henriksen's character to tie it to Alien. Uh-oh. I hope you go away, Stompy, because I'm out of flamethrower fuel. Okay. I can build a Molotov, though.
Gareth says, I remember playing the AVP 2 demo from a magazine disc over and over. We'll never forget the Marine mission quote. Hey, it's a boot. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always good. Man, that better be a boot.
And you know what? It was Darkness, the website, AVP Galaxy founder. He played the demo from the Predator Special Edition DVD, if I remember rightly.
Alistair Ray says, as far as I'm concerned, AVP is still canon to me. That's right on. Right on, brother.
I mean, if I was to choose, I'd go with the prequels. If only for them being better films. I mean, there's still lots of problems with Prometheus, but it is still a far better looking film than the AVPs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe AVPR.
No, both of them. Don't get me wrong, AVP is still a lot better than it has any right to look, but it is Prometheus still looks better than it.
I mean, cinematography-wise, okay, sure, but I don't know. I feel like Prometheus just takes so much from AVP, which I still need to do that editorial.
I think it's erroneous to say it takes so much from AVP. It's more they both take from At the Mountains of Madness.
There's a lot of very strange coincidences about those two movies. Old man dying Wayland giving his briefing in the ship as they head towards the ancient pyramid, and they're all scientists on their expedition. You have the two quirky scientists, and one wants to be friends with the other. Like, there's just so much that's in common with Prometheus and AVP.
No, that is fair. You do need to get on that.
Yeah.
Predminator says, "Love this game. It turns 10 years old next month. I hope the rumors of the sequel and remaster are true."
Yeah. I think we are
You
all
and us.
hoping that.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat there, Predminator. Caleb says, "You can't see AVP R to know how it looks."
I want a narcissist.
I have a little USB of that.
Oh, yeah.
A little robot on the table.
I sent you that.
Was it you sending me?
Yes, it was me, because I do not have mine anymore, and I want it as part of that prize pack.
Why would you send me that?
I think I just sent you a little care package one year, and I wasn't particularly attached to it or anything. I was like, Aaron will appreciate this. Can't believe you
are
forgot.
quite correct.
I shouldn't have sent it to you.
Yeah, I didn't remember you sent it. I apologize, my friend.
Justilla, hello.
Xander says, "Do you think that the series will divide fans?" Anything will fucking divide fans.
Yep. Even Prey, which I thought... I mean, Prey is probably the least divisive thing we've had in a while.
Well, you wouldn't think that looking on the fucking cesspit that is Facebook groups.
Well, it's weird because you go on Rotten Tomatoes and Prey has like a 94% with critics or whatever, and it has a 70-something% with audiences. So I'm like, okay, maybe people were more divided. Like, I'm with the critics on this one. That's not how I usually am with movies, but oh boy.
I'm genuinely bummed out by interacting online sometimes. You know, Prey is in the positive. You know, it is 70% is still fucking good. You know, it's the same on IMDb. It's 7.1, but it's the same as everything. Everybody just wants to bitch on online, on socials, and what have you, and it's just fucking tiring. I'm having the same sort of problem with Romulus stuff at the minute as well. That's another reason I kind of haven't gone so hard on getting the Fede interview done, because I'm kind of like, I'm going to put a shit ton of effort into polishing it and making it sound nice.
And then all the comments will be like, "We've been waiting for this for weeks. Where have you been at? Perfect Organism dropped theirs right after they did it." And
well, no,
like, why do I even fucking bother?
Well, I'm thinking more that people will just be fucking bitching about the film rather than actually discussing the contents of the interview or whatever. It's just fucking tiresome, mate. Alistair Ray says, if there's a... But truth be told, I do think it will be divisive anyway, just because of the direction that Noah is exploring. Because I do think, as much as he said the prequels isn't of use to him, they are still playing with similar themes, don't you think? The idea of immortality.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
And I think I've probably said it 1,000 times on the streams and on the podcast, but I think a lot is going to rest on the actors.
Yeah, and the cast seems pretty good, honestly, and Noah Hawley has a very admired track record. I'm also excited we'll just be getting a new Xenomorph design so soon after this one. I know people have had their gripes about the brief moments we saw in the teaser, but I'm like, 2 new alien designs in 2 years? Hell yeah.
We don't know how representative that CGI creature actually is.
Oh boy.
to...
I'm so fucked. Oh, okay. No, he didn't see me. Somehow did not see me. So aggressive. Why are you so aggressive, Stompy?
They dial them up for the challenge modes. Alistair Ray says, if there's a sequel, could we see Zula or Amanda's husband appear? I assume he's talking about an Isolation
Finally.
2.
There we go.
Would you want to see Zula or Chad?
I don't think so, honestly, because that would remind me too much of the expanded media with Amanda that wasn't good. I mean, don't get me wrong. That says nothing about like Zula as a character. I'm very excited for her in Alien Rogue Incursion, but Isolation felt like one of the few pieces of media that went beyond the rest of the expanded universe and was like, you know, really
Genuinely phenomenal.
Yeah. So, and I thought and I was excited for the whole. Oh shit! I was excited for the whole Amanda Ripley crossover event or whatever they announced.
Replay watch.
Yeah, but it just ended up being such garbage, most of it, that
Yeah.
that I would prefer Isolation. They just have the freedom to do their own thing with it, and apparently they're ignoring Blackout, which I did like Blackout. I honestly feel like if you could retell those events in like a prologue for Isolation 2 or something. But yeah, I prefer they just do their own thing. I wouldn't mind Zula like making an appearance or something. But Chad, that would just remind me of Colony War.
Chad needs to get fucked. Chad needs to get fucked. I don't want to see him back up. Yeah, I'm of the same thoughts with you. Like, I'm excited to see Zula or play Zula in Rogue Incursion. I do think she got a bit of a bum deal in the expanded universe as well, because Defiant started off so strong before it sort of... I mean, the end of Defiance isn't quite as bad as I always remembered it being. You know, I realised this when I revisited it a few years ago.
It just fizzled out so hard, man, for me anyway.
Resistance and Rescue were not good. Prototype was fairly solid, so you know that was a good story for it.
Well, Resistance was not good. Rescue was flat out bad.
Yeah, that's true. I think the artwork in Rescue was pretty fucking shit, if I remember rightly. Not quite LaRocco crap, but crap. I would be kind of saddened if they did ignore Blackout, if only because that's more of a... Oh, people don't give Blackout the respect it's due, I think.
I agree, yeah.
But, whatever. They'll do what they do. As long as Isolation 2's... As long as it ends up being good, you know, we'll forgive it. Any of that sort of injustice, but...
Caleb says, "Wait, his name is really Chad." Yeah, they should not use it just for that fact. Sorry, any Chads out there.
Barry Wright says, "Just played this in Clone and Marines, currently on AVP, geeking out right."
I love this Sebastopol movie theater.
Geeking right out. P.S. Romulus rocked. Too right it did, Barry. Too fucking right. Yeah, I really enjoy this. It's very 70s aesthetic, and I appreciate that. It fits right in.
So I think Stompy actually gives you a little break at this part, because he has not been appearing. He probably will after I go back out here. I've failed like all these objectives now.
Rob Harvey says, "I don't know how you cope with the negative fandom. I just stay away from Facebook alien groups." I would very much like to stay away from Facebook groups, because Facebook is an absolute cesspit.
It's not as bad as Twitter these days. No, you're not on that one.
Well, I never really minded Twitter, but Facebook, speaking from our point of view, my point of view, they're too big to moderate effectively.
They're both like cesspools, man.
But ultimately, it's where traffic. It's where you get traffic to the actual places you give a shit about. You know, the website, the articles, and everything. So it's an evil that you need, and you have to put up with. And I'd rather not. But I learned that lesson a long time ago that I would just got to fucking embrace it. Xander says the friendly shade between AVP Galaxy and Perfect Organism is so funny. That wasn't Adam throwing shade at PO.
No, I wasn't.
That,
I
that
was throwing
that
shade
was
at
Adam.
Aaron.
Because wasn't that one of the comments I got when I actually posted the review?
Yeah.
Saw something to that effect. Was PO posted theirs ages ago. Caleb says also them androids. I can't remember. I can't remember what that's in reference to. Crawling Chaos says something in the water. Hello all.
Hello, hello.
Schwip says, is watching the Isolation miniseries worth it? I would watch the first and last episode of the digital series.
That was such a fuck up too, man. Like,
it was a huge misfire, is the way I always describe. To be fair, that entire event, the artwork that they released online for the socials was cool.
Oh yeah. That was not representative of literally anything that was in the
campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose it kind of tied in a little bit to Resistance.
Not really. I did love that image series,
concept-wise. Yeah, they were cool. They were cool, but I still stand by the book being poor, not even okay, poor.
It's like the one time they give Isolation big recognition after the game comes out, and it's all these media projects that are just not good.
Just mediocre.
Yeah, the book, the series. The only thing that was good was Blackout, and everyone hated on it, so...
Because it wasn't Isolation 2.
Yeah.
Chris Dazinger says, I'm slogging through Colony War now. No interest in seeing Chad or Dog Davis. Yeah. I genuinely fucking hate them.
Oh boy, not good.
Fredminator says, do you guys think Fireteam 2 will be announced before the year's end?
No. I don't.
Caleb says maybe at the Games Award or something at first teaser. If the rumors are true about there being Isolation stuff coming up, I think we'll see that over any Fireteam Elite 2 stuff.
Yeah. Maybe Fireteam Elite 2 would be Alien Day, as they did with Rogue Incursion. But if Isolation 2 is actually a thing, and if it's actually coming next year,
that's going to get a lot of fanfare.
Then I would say I would not expect Fireteam Elite 2 until 2026, if that's the case. If it's not, then maybe next year.
But I think it all rides on the authenticity of these rumors as to what we can sort of expect. Schwip says anything after Tristan Jones art-wise is going to feel like a letdown. Well, I don't think that the rest of Isolation was bad art-wise. One of the guys sort of replicated his style quite well. I can't remember who it was, but there was a very sort of television-esque feel to Defiance, where it felt like different episodes of a TV show, and I liked that because the different art styles ended up feeling like different directors. Was the way I interpreted it, really. So I didn't mind it at all. I think it just, the story just got a bit pooey. Not pooey, I think that's unfair to say. The story just wasn't as good towards the end when Tristan stopped helping out narrative. I think the biggest thing for me was the Queen dying between issues. Xander says, could be worse, we could have breath activated doors. Predminator says, the feeling of buying a game that feels complete is non-existent anymore. I wish they would stop with DLC content, make these games packed full of fun. Predator, Concrete Jungle, and Isolation are great examples. I agree with the incomplete games, but I think of more I think that's more of a stop releasing games with loads of bugs and fixing it after release thing. I always want DLC. If I like the game, more of a good thing's always a good thing. I wish they'd have done more story content for Isolation. And map packs have been a thing for a long time as well.
I know I said I was only going to play Ransom, but I'm rusty, and I want the flamethrower back. It should carry over because I got it in the last thing as Ransom.
Gareth says... Oh, do you have any thoughts on that? Sorry.
Sorry, I was focused on survival there. What was the question?
Predominator said, the feeling of buying a game that feels complete is non-existent anymore. I wish they would stop with DLC content, make these games packed full of fun. Concrete Jungle and Isolation are great examples.
Well, you know what another great example is Aliens Dark Descent, because that has had no DLC, and it released as a lengthy, complete experience. And it's a great time. So I still think we see that. Baldur's Gate 3 is another great example. That game won a ton of Game of the Year awards, and it's not like your typical game that's just trying to sell you everything. It was a complete experience. Get out of here.
He does not want to go.
Jeez. Get back in your hole. Now I only have 35 flamethrower fuel left. That's not good.
Gareth says, my fear for an Isolation 2 would be for it not to be scary and lean too much to a shoot 'em up, hoping that the original devs are or will be involved with the same passion.
Oh, goodness.
It would be a mistake for them to go action, and I think if Creative Assembly were working on it, they would know this, because the whole hiding under a table thing was a part of the basic identity and basic blocks of the game, and Alistair Hope is still there with a very senior position still, so if he had any involvement with an Isolation 2, I think he would know that. I wouldn't fear them going down that road too much.
I think something's got to be coming because, this game had the biggest player count boost of any game post-Romulus. And Romulus, if you don't count Prometheus, Romulus is now the biggest alien film ever in terms of dollar success. So they got to see that. And
well, that's not adjusting for inflation, is it?
What?
That's not adjusting for inflation or anything, though, is it?
That's true, but it's getting there. If you do adjust for inflation, it's still one of the more successful ones in the franchise.
Oh, definitely. I'm not taking away from it there, but I'm actuallying you.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Barry says, did Amanda Ripley get impregnated?
No.
That was always a possibility at the end of this game.
The egg is closed next to her, and I think that's intentional.
Xenomania Germany says, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Welcome. Mike's Monster has joined us.
Mikey, hello.
Alistair Ray says, where would you set Isolation? I assume he's asking Isolation 2 there. A planet or a space station or a spaceship?
I think a planet would be cool. I heard, wasn't there a rumor somewhere that it was like going to be a planet with a hostile environment outside, and you would sometimes have to venture outside? I think that could be interesting, having it be a colony setting.
Yeah, I agree. Something where you'd still do not want to breach the colony exterior.
Alright. Get. Come on, get.
I don't feel like Adam's embracing the horror. Crawling Chaos says, Isolation sequel will be tricky to do well. Everybody who plays the original knows how the alien AI works. They'll have an advantage when playing such a game. I don't think that's necessarily such a bad thing. It's all part of the learning curve of isolation in the first place anyway. Any newbies would still have to learn it. And anybody, even somebody coming from the first game, still has to learn their way around the levels and what have you. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I definitely see them doing a remaster. And if they were to announce it, next month would be the time to announce it because of the anniversary.
Yeah.
If they were to just re-release this game with VR, and I could see them, because the rumor was saying they would hold off on the VR functionality until next year so as to not cannibalize
until Rogue Incursion was out at the end of the year, yeah.
Which makes sense, honestly. But I could see a remastered version with updated graphics and lighting and stuff, ray traced reflections. Although when we had on that author for Perfect Organism and Alien Isolation Companion, he was hoping they didn't change the graphics too much. God, I'm blanking on his name now. Aaron.
Andy Kelly.
Andy Kelly, that's right.
Xander says, I can't wait till they do a book about Hicks's brother Wayne, where he goes searching for his brother and the family shotgun. We've already revisited Hicks.
Oh, this is where I'm supposed to save the civilian, I think, but instead I exploded the whole room, right?
I don't know. I don't think I've even played this particular one.
Oh,
like I said, I just found him too hard, so I never got very far in it.
I'm so done.
So we already had a shit Hicks stories under in the.
I'm out of flamethrower fuel. I'm literally dead. Literally dead.
in the Aliens anthology, in which Hicks encountered the aliens before the events of Aliens. If you remember that piece of shit. Predminator says, I always wanted to see a Predator online game where you have to survive the game, preserve planet, people play as the bad blood predators, others as marines. I wanted to see Nolan's hideout drill as a map. That would be awesome. There is a lot of meat in the Predator franchise for doing like a big MMO or persistent world style thing for the franchise, and I think the devs are aware of it. It's just a cost thing because it would be big. It would be a lot of resources, and I don't know if it's necessarily something they think would sell well. But I think they know it's wanted. Gareth, it was. So yeah, it was a short story in Bug Hunt. It was Yvonne Navarro's short in it.
Friends ranking. Oh, there you are, right there, Aaron. You did it in 1:03.
And then Greg's beat me. Praetorian, whoever that has, beat me. Chris beat me.
Oh.
At one point, that was on number 10 though. And Wedge, whoever Wedge is.
I'm gonna try Safe Haven here.
Alistair Ray says, I would set Isolation 2 on an underwater base, be very claustrophobic. Not really done in the franchise. Yeah, that'd be something I'd be very interested in seeing, actually.
Yeah, we kind of saw it a little bit in that one comic I like, Fast Track to Heaven.
Yeah, under Europa?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yeah. And there's an AVP2 custom map actually that's an underwater base, which is cool. Yeah, I'd totally be up for that, Predminator. Totally. Caleb says it'll be coming soon in Predator Hunting Ground. It's a shame edition.
readme.txt. In salvage challenges, you will receive tasks on this safe house terminal. There are 10 tasks, each with their own completion award and a new stage of enemy. Your aim is to complete all 10 stages using only 1 life. If you die, you will return to the beginning of the challenge unless you have spent points on a save. Your reward will appear once you have completed the current task and return to the safe house terminal. You will be given a choice between 2 tasks for each stage, allowing you to pick the task that better suits your skills, current equipment, or provides the reward you want most. Choosing the right task at the right time is key to your survival. The faster you complete the tasks, the more points you will earn. There is a save point in the save room that can be used between stages. This will allow you to continue from the last save stage if you die, but it will cost you 2,500 points for each save, affecting your final score. You can abandon the safe house and end the challenge at any time. This will post your current score to the leaderboard, but you can only post your final time if you complete all 10 tasks. Think you can do it, Aaron?
No.
All right, let's start with the apartments. Sounds interesting. And I am going to, before I get started, I'm going to BRB. Give me like 2 seconds.
Okay. Welcome, Casper. Welcome, Zen096 and Charlie Hutchings. Welcome. Our game player, Mr. Bridgetop, has just stepped out for a second. He'll be back shortly. You'll all have to suffer me for the time being. Chris has no idea how he managed to complete that basement level in under a minute. The basement was actually, I think, fairly simple to do and fairly easy to do once you knew where all your challenge bits were as well. I can't remember if the challenge, completing the challenge stuff contributes to you getting a higher space on the leaderboard as well. Casper says it's been a minute. In real life, I grow too strong these days.
I'm back. So this part's actually interesting because this is another part of the station we do not see. This is like the apartment complex.
So who are you playing now? Is it Ransom?
Hughes, I guess.
Hughes. You see, I still think there is so much meat left in Isolation and Sevastopol. You know, all these other characters, this giant station with locales we didn't really get to explore. There's lots of potential for additional side stories in here.
Maybe
and
Isolation 2 would be a prequel.
I do think, yeah, well, I don't know if I'd want a prequel.
Or do you think an Isolation sequel would need Amanda?
Yes, I think it has to be Amanda. If you're going to brand it Isolation 2, certainly. But like I do think Creative Assembly missed a genuine fucking treat by not doing actual narrative DLC.
Yeah, they kind of half did it because the new locations are really cool. It's like if you just would have added a few cutscenes and oh, he's coming.
Yeah, and some more audio. But like, if they were to do like another anthology or more comics, I would love to see them set in this world, this scenario. Just scroll up the chat a second. Predminator says, how about an Isolation 2 but a guns blazing game? Not the same kind of hide and seek action horror style. Incursion looks to be that. Yeah, well, let Incursion be that. You know, VR is a fantastic platform for horror in itself, and it can be something that stands on its own, being a bit more of an action shoot. A horror action game, because it will just naturally have some of that atmosphere and tension from it being VR. Barry says, I want to shoot it. Miss our gaming nights. Yeah, me too, Barry. I would love a new AVP or a proper Colonial Marines game. Because I miss the gaming nights we used to have. Do you remember, Adam? What was it? Tuesdays? Tuesday or Wednesday nights?
Yeah, I think it was Tuesdays.
Well, it was nights for us in the UK. Midday for you guys. Probably have to do it on a weekday going forwards. Not a weekday, a weekend. But that's why we started doing the community play nights on Saturdays anyway.
This game is just so much harder without a flamethrower. Because at least the flamethrower like gives you a little room for error.
No, Casper, this isn't a mod. This is one of the DLC modes for this game.
However, the reason why the Stompy is not screaming there at the end, I think I still have like a photo mode hook file attached, even though that the photo mode is not running right now, because it causes that weird thing where some audio cuts out. So probably before the anniversary month, I'll just completely like verify game cache files on Steam, and that will completely decouple my photo mode from isolation.
Yeah. Caleb says Hugh looking for Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble and Grubb. Fucking.
Let's do the other one this time.
That author, Jesus Christ. That's a Colonial Marine, not Colonial Marines, Colony War reference for anybody who doesn't understand that. Crawling Chaos says, my big problem with more isolation games is that it's not like in the old Thief games where you are on another stealth mission because you are a thief. Isolation puts you in a sticky situation. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much that you could probably get Amanda in these kinds of situations. So it is a little tricky. I think you could do isolation style games with other characters and stuff like that, but I don't think you'd want to necessarily call them Alien Isolation 2 or 3 or what have you. Maybe brand them as Alien Isolation, but subtitle them, so you know, Alien Isolation LV426. Or, you know, to that effect. Xander says, maybe a popular internet website should do a fan series set on Sevastopol, AVP Galaxy Cough. Look, Xander, if I can't keep up with the backlog of fucking podcasts I've got recorded, as well as a RPG scenario that I wish I could sit down and actually fucking write because I think I have a really good idea for something, I don't think I'm getting a narrative thing done, unfortunately.
Well, weren't you looking at like a audio drama?
Yeah. I've got concepts for stuff and I've got notes written down. I think I started writing one, but I don't think I made it past like the first 3 or 4 pages. Predminator says, I still can't believe that AVP 2010 and Clone and Marine servers are still up. Well, those games are the days of peer-to-peer stuff. When it comes to matchmaking. So I don't
even
think
AVP 2 had a period where it was gone. I mean, it's only thanks to the AVP Unknown guys that's playable now, and AVP 2010 has dedicated servers on PCs, so...
Yeah, I was going to say that. Thank God that Rebellion did actually add dedicated servers. A shit like that keeps these games alive. Neo Luddite says, next isolation should be set on an LV... No, sorry, fucking hell, Aaron. On a Fury 161 style prison planet big time.
Yeah, I remember, didn't Andy say that, or he talked about the Riddick game? And it's like, do an alien prison planet game like that.
He might have done. If I remember rightly, Eurogamer, Gary Napper talked about if he did something else, he'd want to do like an Alien 3 kind of take. preferred that over the idea of doing like a Newt style game. Charlie Hutchins says, "Do you think a film adaptation of Isolation could work?" It's a different kind of horror, though. That's the thing. You know, video games are a lot more personal is probably the wrong word. Involved, interactive. You know, you have more of an active role in video games than you do watching a film, so the horror's a bit more
I think
palpable.
I mean, people have used that as an excuse for why video game based media can do well, but more recently we've had the Last of Us series, which follow the game events very closely, and we've had the Fallout series, which was just excellent and Emmy nominated. So
That's
I think,
not horror, though, is it?
I mean, there's elements of horror in Last of Us, so I think, and you know, as a Resident Evil fan, I'm always frustrated because it seems like such an easy formula to turn into a movie, but they always try and mess it up. But so I think it can be done. I think it would take a bigger budget because you just look at the size of Sevastopol based on like the size of Renaissance Station and Romulus, and it would take a bigger budget to do.
Or just make more use of what's it called? The big surround sound Unreal thing. Not surround sound, big.
Oh, the virtual sets.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But I mean, I wouldn't turn my nose up if somebody attempted to adapt Isolation. He's going in the wrong way. Oh, there we go. I certainly wouldn't turn my nose up. I would just be wary and hope that the guys played the fucking game, unlike Keith DeCandido, who novelized the game. Predminator says, "Does Mike's Monster have any inside info on the Isolation 2 rumors? Normally he's got some dirt on these franchise. Mike, have your fingers spread into the video games yet?" Rob Harvey says, "How about Predator Isolation as a sequel?" I mean,
I don't know if Predator would work.
I don't think it'd work
in that same context. I wouldn't mind a more horror-based Predator game, though, and I would base it off like that Mission and Ghost Recon Wildlands, because if you did that but just made it a bit more spooky and had it be like an extended story with the Predator, but also have encounters with like guerrilla forces and stuff, I think that could be cool.
I was gonna say I would love a more horror take on the Predator and the films, rather than a game. Personally, I would love to see them lean into that horror aspect of it.
Barry Wright says, "Could the TV series have anything to do with AVP?" No, it could not.
Unequivocally, we can tell you now. Isolation 2 set on Hadley's Hope and end with us escaping on a ship with a cargo hold of aliens, only to end up on a planet with Prometheus, mutants, and predators. What do you think, Adam? Should we do an alien Isolation on Hadley's Hope, where we play one of the characters that makes it to LV? No. It wasn't set on 223.
One of the things I like. Yes. Yeah, another neighboring moon of Calpamos, right? Or is Calpamos? That's another name for the moon. I don't know.
No, Calpamos is the gas giant. Okay. I still have no idea where that fucking came from.
One of my favorite things of Isolation is it's completely not attached to the prequels. So anyone that wants an Isolation 2 to have more prequel elements, you can fuck right off. I mean, I respect you, but you can fuck off.
You're only saying that because it's Caleb anyway, pushing your buttons. Xander says you should hire an aspiring director, cough me, cough, and Adam to film a fan film. Well, Adam's got to get through his first fan film first.
That's true. Yeah.
Predminator says 2024 was the year of Alien. We've got Romulus, we've got Rogue Incursion out in September. The original Alien had its 45th anniversary and re-released back in May. 4K came out in March. Chevy says, "What the fuck was that?" I don't know. What?
I think I just
we're a
made
bit
a.
knowing.
I think I made a noise while
Uh,
Stompy was chasing me.
Mike says, "Only know what the AVP Galaxy guys know." I thought you had that there. Chevy says. Mike's Monster says, "I don't have as much connections as people think. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time with Romulus stuff." It's the way it always works, isn't it, my friend? We've certainly...
with the TV series, we were in the right place at the right time with that one.
And then Mike's getting some love in the comments. Chevy says, "Whoa, you wouldn't want to see a neomorph hunting you down in a corridor ridgetop."
I mean, if you want to do a prequel-based horror game, then yeah, sure. Just don't make it Isolation 2.
In some gothic ruins of Paradise.
Yeah, if you want... Listen, if they were to make an Alien Covenant-based survival horror game on that setting, I would buy it instantly. Just don't make it Isolation 2.
Well, what about a subtitle? You know, Alien Isolation.
No, no Isolation with prequel stuff.
I'd be up for that. Alien Isolation. What was it? Paradise Lost. There we go. Caleb says, "Yeah, plus you could hide under a table and be like, the feed, look at the feed, David." Charlie says, "Do you think Guy Pearce could appear in the TV show reprising his role as Peter Wayland?"
Probably not.
I can't remember what we've read and how it relates directly to that.
I can't. I don't know if I should say.
We already know there's a Yutani in the show, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Or was she publicly announced to be a Yutani? I can't remember.
Not publicly, no.
Let me have a look at our reporting of it, because I think we pretty much just straight up say.
Well, yeah, I think we said it in one of our reports.
Okay, so.
Oh goodness! I got a sneeze coming on.
I'll wait for Adam to come back.
Well, okay. It's toying with me.
Okay, so the report of her casting or being in talks had her being named as Yatani, which we assume to just be Yatani with the typo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because from what we saw, there was no typo.
No, we have read certain things, and yes, there is a Yutani in the show. Chevy says, "Instead of flamethrowers, you'd have a flute in the Paradise Lost game." Crawling Chaos says the game will have one black goo canister, no more, no less, one. Barry asks, "When is the TV show out?" It will be next
year.
Year.
Sometime next year, yeah. I'm just wondering if we'll get a teaser trailer by year's end, because I did not expect any teaser until next year, but we already got one with Romulus, and I think we were all surprised by that. So I wonder if we'd get like a real teaser showing some footage from the show by year's end.
Well, we know Noah Hawley is editing at the minute. He said he hadn't seen all of the episodes yet, but he's working on them, so it's not outside the realms of realism to get something at the end of the year.
Oh, I did it.
Predominator says, "I wish we could talk the alien into Talk the alien into violence is not the answer. Have a better chance at getting struck by lightning than they could deal with the Xenos. Xenosaurian says, hello boys and girls, finally caught the isolation stream.
There will be more, but thank you for making it to this one.
Charlie says, seems like we've been waiting forever for the TV show. Well, when did we first learn about it?
Well, we first learned about it in, like, what, 2018 was our first reporting on it, and that was back when he was pitching his idea, but it got turned down, and I don't think it was picked back up again until 2020, like early 2020.
Probably after he'd started talking about it. I can't remember if he's really mentioned that as yet.
Stompy.
Stomp. The Xenomorph Warrior says, I'm pretty excited for the Alien and Predator comics coming out this next month, the trade paperbacks and Romulus prequel. What's the Predator trade paperback coming out next month? I can't remember. I've just picked up. No, because that's in singles at the minute. Wolverine's already out. Is the third Predator story? Is that the trade coming out for that one? What was it called? Predator: The Last Hunt?
That's got to be what it is. Yeah.
How is that not out already? Thinking about it. Oh no, it is out next month, 16th of October. Yeah. Did we have a break? Did Wolverine come before the last one?
I hope he did not.
Yeah, I think it did. Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed the last one. I still got our review episode of that to go through and release.
Oh, I completed my objective. Oh boy.
Just what you wanted to see.
Yeah, these challenges are hard, guys.
Told you.
This is the practice run stream before I take them on for real. I'm trying to familiarize myself with them.
Have you tried that game you sent me yet?
The fan game? No, not yet.
Yeah. I haven't either. I've got it downloaded, but I haven't had a chance to give it a go.
Let's try and complete Ransom again. I will BRB. 2 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, Adam found a fan game called, I think it was Aliens Redacted. That I don't think any of us had seen previously. Which I think was a shooter based on what the other video was. The year is 2171. The prison transport USS Bothia, owned and maintained by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, sent a distress message to Central Command. A full-scale riot is in progress, and they have been forced to land on LV-059, a planet of high importance to the company. Preliminary scans of the planet show an ancient derelict vessel with a very high likelihood of xenomorph activity, and the potential to finally capture a specimen for further study. It is of key importance that any company assets in the area must investigate the situation and enact Special Order 937. You play Sergeant Braun Rodriguez, an ex-colonial marine and current mercenary under the employment of Weyland-Yutani. Being the closest asset to LV-059, you are tasked with investigating the derelict ship. Locating the crew of the USS Bothia, securing any sensitive files, and bringing home a sample of the Xenomorph XX-121 life form. There's a little trailer for it as well. Is there any actual... What's the gameplay? Oh, it looks like a point and... Oh no, it is a shooter. It looks quite retro, to be honest. Yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to giving that a go. Get that installed now, actually. Have you played many of the fan games?
I played a few. I played like the Killing Floor one, at least the first Killing Floor one. I know there was another one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I hope you don't see me. He's totally gonna see me, isn't he? Okay, no.
Xander says, in all seriousness, I can't wait to be part of the AVP Galaxy fan film.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, it will be more of a Witching Season Films fan film, and AVP Galaxy will be presenting it, but I don't think I'll be able to convince Aaron to produce it.
Can't even afford to live my own fucking life, let alone produce a fan film.
But yes, our Witching Season Films feature just got officially announced by Dread Central and is getting a limited theatrical release and a wide video-on-demand release come November. So you'll finally have to watch that movie, Aaron.
Which one's that one?
The one I helped make.
Now remind me what it was
He
called.
Never Left. It's called He Never Left.
You worked on another one, haven't you?
I worked on one called They Live Inside Us a few years prior. And it was another Witching Season Films one. He's over there.
Now, I always struggled to actually find those films over here. That was the problem I had. Oh shit, Colin Cunningham was in it.
Oh yeah, wasn't he in Stargate? That's probably where you know.
Yeah, he was Major Paul Davis in Stargate.
He's the main character in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you, Xander. Yeah, we might be heading out to LA for a screening of it in the next couple months here. Oh boy. Stompy the Tail Dragger.
Xenosaurian says, oh my goodness, that's isolation in a nutshell. Suddenly the alien just pops out in front of you. That sounds about right, doesn't it?
Like, he only goes back in the vent for 2 seconds in the challenge mode before he's out again.
They are really tethered to you.
Like, he could hop down here at any time, and I would be completely screwed. Like, unless you have a flamethrower. Which is why it's like, you always kind of have to pick the character. Like, if you're doing challenge mode, you have to pick the character instead of a flamethrower.
You can't embrace the more horror aspect of it when you're playing these. Which is a shame. But it is what it is.
Because it's like, yeah, I want to play the character that's narratively going through this part, but I need a flamethrower. There's one of our files. Okay. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? What about you, Xander? Have you done any other projects beyond the PO stuff? Like, I mean, you're so good at what you do with the miniatures and stuff. Have there been any other indie productions that have sought you out for that?
Adam says, feet, Adam. Rob Harvey says,
David.
Rob Harvey says, I watched Continuum this something. I assume he means Stargate Continuum. Oh, I watched Continuum this week. I assume he means Stargate, the movie. Major Davis's cameo was a really nice callback. I'm sure he's a colonel in
Oh,
Continuum.
I didn't save the civilian. There he is, burning in there. But now I know where to save him.
The more you know. You know what? This is a perspective that we see many times playing this game.
Under a desk, yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like a bit of a feet perv playing it?
I can't say I'm looking at Stompy's feet that much. But yeah, if you don't have a flamethrower, you're doing more hiding than you otherwise would, because the strategy I find worked best for me in this game is just walking confidently to the objective. If you can hide, great. If you can't, then get him with the flamethrower. And as long as you're stocked up on fuel, you'll typically be fine unless he surprises you. But without the flamethrower, that equation kind of changes and you're forced to hide much more.
The Xenomorph Warrior says a Tarantino simulator. That being the feet comment.
What's that from?
That Tarantino has a thing about feet, doesn't he?
Oh, is he a feet guy? I've never heard that.
Yeah. There's a whole thing as well about what was the Grindhouse? His part of Grindhouse, Death Race or something like that.
Yeah, he did Death Race.
Yeah. And doesn't it like start with I've only seen it the once, but doesn't it start with like some women with their feet up on the dashboard and some lingering shots on?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I remember enjoying both, but I preferred Planet Terror out of the two.
Same. Xander says, "Oh, thank you. Tried many times on my own, but my main thing is finding actors." Galen says, "Save the civilian you've selected." No.
Hey, I didn't bring up feet, Xenosaurian. Don't be pointing the finger at me. All right, we're gonna try and save the civilian this time.
You're determined, aren't you?
But if I die, I'm like, okay, I'm playing characters with flamethrowers. That's it. That's true. I just remembered that little clip that Rogue Incursion posted, and I thought I would try that, but it didn't work.
Okay, Xenomorph Warriors talking about Tarantino, yeah. So Xander says, the thing that I sent to Aaron, I'm building a set to do a camera test with my friend.
Oh! Flamethrower! There's one here.
The more you know. Have you seen that new statue for Halo ODST?
Yeah, I did.
Dropped today.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, "Oh, that looks good," and then I saw it was $150.
Stompy, get damn it!
Tizzy Bubble says, "Excited flamethrower noises."
Damn it!
They're all taking the piss out of your predator boobs in the chat.
I will just ignore that.
Well, I mean, it was relevant to a conversation we had yesterday.
What? We're not supposed to talk about that.
It was just something to look forward to. It's just something people can look forward to, and a chat about predator boobs. That ultimately went on for an hour, I think. I mean, the predator boobs component of the chat did not go on for an hour, but what we've got in the bag did. Charlie Hutchinson says, "Have you read The Art of Alien Isolation book? Such a great book.
Yep.
Seeing all the concept and how much love really went into designing this game."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the special edition from like straight from Titan's website that came in the nice like hardcover box.
I think I missed out on that. Oh, yep. Hide! Hide!
Ah! And again.
Xenomorph Warrior says, I always like the idea that normal guns don't really do much to the aliens, like how Hick's shotgun only worked because it was fired directly into the alien's mouth. Yeah, I always preferred the idea that it was more the armor piercing stuff that was effective, or stuff at really close range.
Yeah, I mean, how strong the aliens are definitely changes from project to project. I mean,
Yeah.
again, Rogue Incursion, it was a little silly to see them just popped with 3 revolver shots, but also like you compare Colonial Marines to Fireteam Elite, where you all have to focus fire on one of the warriors for like 30 seconds, as opposed to Colonial Marines, where you just pop one real quick with a headshot.
Yeah, but remember that's also because Fireteam Elite just has the runners bit and the cannon fodder aliens in that instead. But I, you know, something aliens did that I wish we saw a bit more of was, you know, bullets ricocheting off the aliens.
Yeah. Sizzy Bubble says, I like how we treat Stompy like he's some annoying pet.
Adam just wants to get his challenges done.
Stop it. Get out of here.
If they weren't timed, it probably wouldn't be so annoying.
Alright, I'm just going to get you up front. Go on.
It probably wouldn't be so annoying when it
There's
shows
the
up if they weren't
civilian.
timed.
Now save the civilian. Thank you.
Don't just stand there. Run!
You saved my life. I appreciate you.
Why has he got to be some gormless Brit?
There's a lot of random Brits in the Alien universe, you know?
It's because it's our talent that makes the fucking franchise.
It's because you guys merged with Japan and became some super huge empire again.
I don't think we've got the wherewithal to take over the world again. Renan Stompy. As in Renan. Okay. Very funny, Caleb. Very funny, Caleb. I never liked that show.
Oh, that's such a good show, man. Such a good show.
The weirder Nickelodeon stuff I was never really interested in.
Well, this like transcended that stuff, but
Oh god.
He's got the AVP pig squeal.
Xenomorph Warrior says, would love to see aliens just get wounded for a change instead of always insta-killed in
Out of flamethrower
movies
fuel.
and games.
That's so good.
Yeah, I agree. To be fair, I'd like to be able to injure them in the games with it have an impact on the environment. You know, I've talked about that before.
I am so screwed.
With that attitude you are. I thought you collected the files. Oh, fucking hell.
I saved the civilian. I didn't collect her file. Oh, there's a flare.
I thought you opened the vault. Xenosaurian says, isolation in a nutshell again. Charlie Hutchins says, something I've always wondered about is why in universe does the alien design change between alien and alien? Oh shit, fucking hell.
What?
Cat. I just saw a blur of black and white jump on my PC and then jump on me.
She jump scared you.
She's done it to me when I've been playing the games before and shit me up in the middle of stuff. So the change between Alien and Aliens. Did you ever have any particular fan theory on that?
On just the aesthetic changes.
No, the alien design change between
Oh,
the first films.
no. People, like, I've seen this before. People online will be like, well, how do you narratively justify the design change? I'm like, guys, you're just thinking about it too much. Like, a director and the artists that work on the movie, they want their alien to look unique. So it's not just a carbon copy of what came before. And that's why each design is a little different. Or in terms of like AVP, where it's a bit of a cost-cutting measure and they reuse certain designs. But for the most part, they're not changing designs for any narrative purpose. It's just, I think Cameron was worried about the domes and them cracking, and it was as simple as that. He wasn't like, well, these are the adult aliens that have been here for a long time or whatever. It's just like, they're just doing a different design for a different movie because they want their own unique take on it.
Didn't he respond to that in the Starlog?
I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure if someone asks him about it on the spot, he's not gonna, like, he'll try and give a justification for it or whatever, but I don't think there's really any narrative reason for that. I mean, maybe with Alien Resurrection you could argue that, and I guess with the dog alien and Alien 3, because obviously, you know, different hosts and stuff, but if they're just doing another adult alien design, yeah, they don't want something that's just a copy of what came before, because where's the fun in that, you know?
But it's kind of funny because most of the films have a narrative reason for it. You know, Alien 3 is it's a dog alien. Alien Resurrection was because they were human, infected by human DNA. Romulus is again because of the method that they were produced.
I mean, if you were really upset about that, it would be like, why does Stompy have, like, digigrade legs in this if you're playing through the you know, prequel DLC? Although, honestly, I do wish they would have changed his legs for that, because I think it would have been cool, but then that's a whole different animation set, and so, yeah. But Stompy's design, like, he has a bigger chin and a slightly more, like, bulbous head than Big Chap. Like, he's not just Big Chap.
Don't you think don't you think they're more subtle changes though? It's not as overt as an entirely different head.
Yeah, they are pretty subtle, but it's still like, if I were to see a picture of Stompy versus like Big Chop, I could easily pick apart which was which, you know.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's just like the head.
But to be fair, you know, some of that's also going to be because you'll be able to tell the difference between a game render and.
Well, I mean, if someone were to draw both of them perfcally,
okay,
I could still,
no,
just from those subtle changes in the head and the face.
Chin is a big difference. Caleb says, in universe, one's a drone, the others are warriors from an established hive.
I think I could go with that, and like that's because I do love the games a lot, and it makes sense you'd have like drones tending to the hive and warriors that are more meant for defense or offense or whatever. So. It is always interesting when you see that in games like in Colonial Marines, like in Fireteam Elite and Dark Descent. So I don't mind it just being kind of two different casts of aliens. So if you were to, if you were to point a gun to my head and be like, what's your headcanon for? I never did like the whole, oh, they're just older aliens thing. I always preferred like, well, these are warriors and these are drones.
Yeah.
So
same. I never prefer the age thing. Although I'm going to struggle to read it while I'm on the stream, but I'm fairly sure Cameron's mentioned age at some point in some of his response to the criticisms. I'm gonna read that article later.
Oh, you're gonna make me wipe Lingard's evidence? Damn it! All right.
No Star says I agree with your answer, Ridgetop. I think that's the right answer. No, I think that's unfair to say people are reading too far into it though, because like I said, so many of the other design changes actually have a narrative reason.
I guess I'm always saying that for like more so with Romulus, because I did see that like, oh, why is the design for Romulus different? Like, what's the justification?
I mean, it's there in the stories. It's another clone type thing. It's not strictly the alien.
Yeah, but if it's a clone of Big Chap, you'd think.
Well, it's not a clone of Big Chap though, are they? they reverse engineer the facehuggers and 3D print them.
True. Yeah, but I mean, come on. On some level, it's like the Raptors between Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and JP3. I mean, yeah, you can headcanon it to be like, well, they were from a different like breeding group, or they were like.
I thought it was one was female, one was male in Jurassic Park 3.
I'm talking about the designs from the first Jurassic Park to The Lost World to JP3, not the
because
different
they
designs.
had like the red
Yeah,
stripes.
because in Lost World and JP3 you had males and females.
Which were the feathers. So there was a mix in JP3, wasn't there?
Yeah, you had males and females in both The Lost World and JP3. And I guess technically you did in Jurassic Park, but you didn't really see those differences. You know what? We're going to do a different challenge. No Style Dutch says, I think the JP3 Raptors need an explanation, so I'm a hypocrite. There was a really cool piece of fan art that showed like the JP3 tribe of raptors fighting it out with the Lost World ones.
I don't feel like it's that much of a problem in terms of discussions with people, because Caitlin was saying here some people definitely have trouble accepting the actual real world design changes, being that the director just wanted it to look like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're all nerds who want our stories to make sense, so with how many of them have an actual narrative explanation, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect there to be some reasoning for all of them.
I mean, you just have to realize that we're putting way more thought into this than the people actually making stuff.
Alistair Ray says, I like JP3 Raptors the best. Is that controversial, Adam? I don't know. I'm not plugged into the JP.
No, those Raptors are the best. Like, I think the Lost World's my personal favorite, but the JP3 ones are fantastic. Yeah, Caleb says, because the director wanted it to look like that. That is your answer. See, I always wonder in this game at what distance can Stompy hear the motion tracker?
Ask Matt Filler. I bet he'll know. I bet that varies based on difficulty as well.
That's right. Tiger Raptors are the best ones.
Do you want to see a tiger striped alien?
I don't know if that would work with the Xenomorph. Although, I guess we kind of got it with Monica. I thought the white and black stripes were pretty cool.
I really hope that some future media is going to do a bit more with like the inherited memories stuff.
Yeah, because we've had that in, like, I mean, there's the question with Monica, but we also had the comic Dust to Dust, which really dealt with that. And it was very interesting.
Monica was a waste, but I like the concept.
Go away,
I
Stompy.
would love to see more of it.
What are you doing? Leave me alone.
He smells your fear. Sizzy says Monica has stripes. Xenosaurian says, I remember the first time I played this game, I was stressed out and sweating, and nowadays I played it so many times I can speed run it easy on Nightmare mode.
I've beaten Nightmare, but I certainly can't speedrun it on Nightmare.
Raver Chick says, I always put it away when it was about 0.3 or closer, but that's on lower difficulties.
0.3. Okay, good to know.
Are you playing in the dark now, or are you got all the lights on?
Oh, I'm in the dark.
Yeah, it's the best way.
I've played,
It's the
dude,
only way.
I've played horror and survival horror games so much that it takes a lot to scare me. Honestly, the 80s The Thing is one of the few movies that can genuinely, like, make me uncomfortable. Like, I saw it in theaters last Halloween, and I had nightmares that night, and I cannot remember the last time a movie did that to me.
Romulus for me with the Offspring.
So I am
Although
very
the-
excited for the Thing game remaster coming from Night Dive.
I'll tell you a film that fucked me up when I couldn't get to sleep all that night. Dark Skies.
I still haven't seen that. I thought that was a series, or no, that's Falling Skies is a series. Dark
Yeah,
Skies.
I think I was up until about 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and I just could not get to sleep.
Yeah, I've not heard of that. I'll have to look it up. Oh. It's right
Caleb
over
says
there.
you got to play them in the dark. It's the best way.
So is this like a different Marshal Bureau here? This doesn't look like the one in the main game.
I imagine they have officers all over the station. That's one of the things I do find interesting or appealing about the new Paradiso comic series that's been announced. It's got Colonial Marshals in it. And you know me, I love me some Colonial Marshals.
Wait for the door, Stompy. Yeah, it was cool in the Perfect Organism fan film that they had a Colonial Marshal, and it has been in another piece of media, hasn't it? I know that it was in that fan game, Hope for the Future, they had a Marshal Bureau.
RPG has it in, of course.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh. You walked into that one, didn't you?
Yep.
Literally. Tell you another film that I found disturbing. Nope.
Oh yeah, that was pretty freaky, honestly. Yeah, with once you find out something about that movie, and after a certain scene, it is very freaky for sure.
The more I read about that movie, and the thematic things going off in the background, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is yeah, this is fantastic.
Xenosaurian, I heard a drilling. I just did not realize there was a vent there. I thought it was in a side room or something.
Just Villa said, you guys think we'll get a remaster of AVP 2? Caleb said, probably not. The rights are a mess. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Grade. A Xenomorph Warrior says, I want a deck of playing cards like that alternative cover art. There was a company that did some officially licensed Alien and Aliens playing cards. I've got them hidden away in my cupboard somewhere. I don't think they were necessarily like that cover art for Paradiso, but I remember them being cool.
But if any of you somehow don't have this game, just PSA, it's currently on sale as part of the Sega Publisher Sale on Steam. So it is 75% off for PC. Where am I supposed to go? I do wish, like, the shotgun maybe if you hit the alien twice, it would scare him away or something. I mean, does anyone else agree with me on that? Do you think it's appropriate that the flamethrower is the only thing that'll scare the alien away? Or do you think if you were to blast him with the bolt gun, he should at least retreat?
It'd be nice. I don't know, because as much as I do love the game, I do think it loses a bit of atmosphere when you get the flamethrower, because you can drive it off. I don't know if I'd want to have the ability to do that more frequently. Predminator says, I had alien playing cards from the first film, I still got them. Xenomorph Warrior says, would love to see pictures of them sometime if that's not too much trouble. Let me see if I can find them, and I'll post them in the chat. Alien playing cards. They're these ones on Zatu.
That's quick. Jeez. Already, dude? Really?
Oh, we did a post on them ages ago, actually, on the website. You know, 2015. Right. I'm just going to post them in the chat. You can have a look at them there. Xenosaurian says, I agree with you on that. I don't know if he's talking about you or me. Raverchick says, the Alien TV show and sequel to Prey... if the TV show and sequel to Prey do well, do you think they'll make a new AVP movie?
I think it's only a matter of time before Disney tries that again. I think they need to be much more, I guess, careful this time around.
And adapt the comics.
Not even adapt the comics,
or do something more similar to the comic.
I think you need the Colonial Marines because that's such a big part of Aliens fandom, but it's only been in a single movie. I mean, it's been referenced in other things, and it's obviously been in the expanded universe a lot. But that would be the perfect opportunity to reintroduce the Colonial Marines as in an AVP3 and set it in the future, because that's what the fans have wanted from the films in the beginning. I never minded the Earth setting, but a lot of people did, and so I think if you set it in the future, it'll be much better received, and it'll make it more distance from the original films.
Yeah, it can't be something that continues the first AVPs, in my opinion.
Yeah, and as someone who likes the first AVPs, I agree. It should be just its own thing in the future. So it doesn't contradict with the first AVPs, but it doesn't contradict with the Alien films either, no. Jeez, I'm out of flamethrower fuel. This is not good.
You just got to play the hiding simulator now.
Oh boy. I love it when the flare bounces.
Predminator says, what about a 2-hour AVP movie with no humans in space creature carnage? Can it be done? I don't think as a 2-hour feature-length film it has any legs. I think as a 30 to 40 minute animated digital or straight to DVD release, it's reasonable. And it's why I wish they'd experiment more with things like animated shorts to do exactly stuff like that. Xenosaurian says that was a great throw, 10 points.
Thank you.
Caustic Viper has joined us. Hello guys, how's everybody today?
Hey, hey. Let me guess, he's gonna jump back down immediately.
Don't make a noise.
I'm not making noise.
He's not even jumped back down. It's just there. Stop looking over the table at him. Get on the floor. Crawl, Adam, crawl.
I am crawling.
Prone.
I don't think you can go prone in this game.
Caleb, stop being a shit stirrer. He says if only there was an AVP animated movie that already existed somewhere locked in a vault.
I mean, that's not being a shit stirrer, that's just
It
accurate.
is because it's terrible and he just wants us to get into an argument about it. I want it to be a good animated thing.
There we go. At least I got some flamethrower shield.
I can just imagine, like in reality, your hands just coming up and feeling his body while Stompy's walking around. He'll never hear me go through his pockets.
Jeez, Stompy.
Justzilla says, "Would you guys want to the wait what? Would you guys want to the exotic Xenos?" You're gonna have to rewrite that, Justzilla. Caleb says yes. They need to go full Kenner. You never go full Kenner, buddy.
I think that's what he means.
Predator says maybe the AVP anime will get released if Predator Zero does good, and if the new Alien show takes off.
Predator Zero?
No, Terminator Zero.
Oh.
I've only watched the first episode of that. I enjoyed it. But that hasn't made me desperate to watch more of it. Xander says Pocket Sand would be a killer addition to Isolation. Caustic Viper says I just met one of my closest friends for the first time yesterday, and we've been gaming friends since 2010. That sneeze finally got you.
Yeah, it did.
Good job you didn't have your Connect hooked up, or something be all over you right now. Caustic Viper says, I just met up with one of my closest friends for the first time yesterday. We've been gaming friends since AVP 2010, and you don't realise how long a friendship has been going. 15 years. Yeah. Say what we want about the cesspool of social media. You know, the internet has done wonders for friendships that would not happen otherwise, like ours.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's been about like 15 years for us. I think that's when we started like gaming it up. I mean, we saw each other on AVP 2, but we weren't like regular gaming buddies until 2010.
Mm. As Xenomorph Warrior says, alien outbreak at an intergalactic zoo. Apparently I made Predator laugh.
Oh, I got more flamethrower fuel! Oh, wow. He actually...
You should have thrown the napalm at him. Oh no, you survived.
I don't think I have any, yeah.
Xander. Raver Chick says, bless you. Xander says, man, Adam, I think you flew with that sneeze.
Yeah, that's...
Predator... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, that's one of those sneezes that actually hurt a little bit.
Predator says, Godzilla -1, now Terminator 0, what's next? Alien +1. Alien Wedding. Well, to be fair, one of the titles for Prometheus before it became alienless was Alien 01 and Alien Zero, I believe. Everybody's saying how lucky you were to survive that.
Yeah. I don't see where this damn alarm is that I'm supposed to set off. Okay. Like my objective marker keeps going in and out.
Yeah, but won't that be just pointing towards the end goal?
Maybe. Oh, now it's failed. See, well, if I'm supposed to just be going towards the end goal. Yeah, it takes me to this room. I just need to watch like some guides on on the challenge mode or something.
Or just play the damn game.
Well, I am playing, and I'm still confused.
Something happened.
Is it in here? Is it this door? Oh, more flamethrower fuel!
What was the button on the desk? Oh, I think Stompy's had enough of your bullshit now.
Get out of here, Stompy. There he goes.
There's something on the desk. No, the other one. The other one.
This one?
No, yeah, the other door. There was something on the desk, wasn't
I
there?
don't think so.
I thought I saw the A button pop up.
Well, it keeps wanting to send me to that room. And here's where I started. I don't just go out this way, do I? No, that's the way I came in. Did I miss any supplies in here? I don't think so. Oh, where did we get there? Stop laughing at me. You wouldn't be doing any better.
No, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the chat. Ghosting Viper says Stompy complies with Pokemon battle rules. Bug types are weak to fire type moves. Nom. Is that it?
No. I got a little more in me. We were late starting.
Time limit 30 minutes. Not another one of that mission though, apparently.
No, not that one. One I can typically do is the last Ricardo one, Blast Seat. Like that one actually doesn't take very long, and you're just. So this one's part of the narrative too, because you're setting up the explosion that kind of kicks off the events in the main game. So we'll try that, and we'll be Ricardo. But Aaron, you streamed this entire game on Switch, did you not?
I did when it was released on the Switch.
Nice.
4 years ago.
It would be interesting to see if Feral would be the group who, if there is a remaster, if they're the ones that do it.
Yeah. But aren't they more known for their console ports than a remaster for PCs?
Yeah, I suppose that's true, but I don't know. Just a thought. I always do love this hallway here that has the like unfinished walls.
Well, I suppose it's them stripping it, isn't it?
Yeah, that might be it too. It's being decommissioned, but you don't see this area in the main game, but I always thought it was extra spooky. I think you can get Stompy to stagger with a shotgun blast, and that might give you enough time to run to a locker or something.
Rather you than me. Xander says, in Alien Earth, Aaron plays a clone marine who punches an alien in the face and says, "Welcome to Earth." I genuinely love Independence Day.
Yeah.
Caustic Viper says, "I miss Axel's charming personality." Yeah, I liked Axel.
What's this beeping noise? It's got to be one of my objectives.
It says press X to activate.
Where? Oh, that's
no,
just
that's
my
the
flare. Yeah.
Flare. Fucking idiot. Caleb says, "There's something in that fucking Earth." Xenosaurian says, "Independence Day is a masterpiece."
There we go. Unfortunate about the sequel. Although,
I don't hate it, but it's not
disappointing for sure. Yeah. What do you think about that ride though that you sent me? That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah. The one in Malaysia.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I think I'd have vomited if I went on that myself.
You're not big on motion simulator rides, eh?
Oh man, I went with my missus and my sister and my mum and dad and niece and in-law and what have you to Disneyland Paris at the start of the year, and we went on Star Tours, the Star Wars motion ride, and I think all but about two of us came out of that feeling like shit.
Well, what about like Ride at the Speed of Fright, right? Or were you just young and you don't think it made you sick then?
I don't remember it making me ill.
So you have done motion simulator rides without getting sick before. That was just one that made you sick.
Yeah.
What about coasters? How do you do with those?
I cry.
Really?
I don't like theme parks.
Oh man, not even like if there was an alien themed land, I'm sure you would have a lot of fun with it.
Oh mate, I would have joined you at Alien Terraformer and
You're like,
the other one.
I am just putting up with this and doing this because of how
Yeah.
much I love this. But I mean, I will always lament you never got to do Star Trek: The Experience in Vegas because wow, that was like
man.
so.
Yeah,
good.
but that's not all motion, right? I've watched the videos.
It did have a motion simulator segment at the end, yeah. With the
It did,
bit,
but it wasn't all that. I'd have done that.
Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite things to do in Vegas.
The Borg one looked fantastic. I watched the Klingon footage.
I did both of those. Yeah.
There was a Stargate one as well, you know. A motion.
I did not know that.
Stargate SG-3000. It was set in the year 3000. It looked like dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched the footage of it, but again, I'd have done that. I can't remember where that was actually.
Yeah, Mike's Monsters shared with me. I guess this Disney YouTuber, Disney Dan, did a piece compiling all the alien rides and stuff, and used some of our footage from the Great Movie Ride, like in the museum that I went to.
Yeah, the Stargate one made its debut in Bremen, the Space Center in Bremen, in Germany.
Jeez, Stompy.
And a reproduction was built at Six Flags.
Wait, did he actually go to that radio when I turned it on? Does that attract him?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
How am I now just realizing this? I did not know if you turn on the radio, he goes to it. Oh, whoa, whoa. Where are you going? See, I'm the opposite. I'm like, throw me on a coaster, and I want it to make me its bitch. There is only one coaster in recent memory, though, that actually, like, did make me its bitch, and that was X2 at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Southern California. That coaster was very insane. I felt like a battered something after that.
Oh man. I've tried. What did I do? Alton Towers in the UK. I've done Nemesis once. I hated it. There was some free thing where we went backwards, and I hated that. The only one I can stomach is. Hang on, babe. What was that? What was that ride that I could actually cope with at Alton Towers? The one you hated, where it hung us over the edge. Oblivion. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Um, And that was because it didn't really throw me about that much. It took you to like this really big height, hung you over the edge a little bit for a time, and then dropped you down some loops and what have you. Megan's gone. I feel sick thinking about it. Shut up. She hated that one.
See, I want to go
Uh,
to Thorpe Park so I can do the Saw coaster.
oh, yeah. Predominator says William Hope voices one of the characters in this game. I forgot his name. Was it Marshall Waits? Yes, it was
Yeah,
Marshall Waits.
yeah. And there's the Taurens right there. They're getting ready to do their, well, not yet, because I'm about to blow this, and then they can't do their spacewalk. And I'm probably gonna die here. Oh, maybe not. You don't see me, Stompy. I'm hiding. Uh-oh. Guess that chair wasn't quite tall enough. We can do it. We can do it, Aaron. I know we can.
You doing one more?
Yeah.
Go on, one more attempt. I'm just gonna be obby.
Alrighty. If I can at least make some... Oh no, I can't make Molotovs in this. Well, there's flamethrower fuel, so is there a flamethrower in this level that I'm just missing? Caleb says Thunder Mountain is the best coaster of all time. I accept no alternative opinions. That is a very good coaster, but I would not call it the best coaster of all time, dog. That would be Velocicoaster in Orlando.
Having read what I've read
Oh, shit.
in your upcoming
Wow.
editorial.
Okay, that one didn't count.
Okay.
What
Having
editorial are you talking about?
An upcoming editorial that you're working on. I think all of the stuff would have made me ill.
But you know you would have done it anyway.
I would have done it, but it'd have made me ill. And I watched that video that you linked to about with the tower. And I was like, yeah, this does not look pleasant to me.
Oh, those SNS drop towers are so fun. The compressed air ones.
Yeah. Barry Wright in the chat says Goose Fair next week. Barry's local to me. We've met before.
Goose Fair? You
Yeah.
guys have a geese fair?
So no, it's I don't know why it's called Goose Fair, but it's like one of those. It's a bigger local park fair thing. I fucking hate it. I think it's boring as fuck. I've been there once. I was like, I do not trust the rides that people tow around and deploy at various parks. Caustic Viper said Adam jump scared Stompy. Stompy's flight kicked in as a response. Caleb says, I think I agree with Aaron. I couldn't have done that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have done them for the alien themed ones. I just would have fucking hated it.
Okay, we're not going to do any side objectives on this one.
It's gonna plant your bomb and get out.
That's right. Oh boy.
It's above you.
Shit.
No, don't throw it back that way.
I'm not.
That's the way you need to go.
I know. I just wanted to stop him from coming this way.
Caleb says, I love the idea of people being like, deploy the rides at local fairs. Then again, you guys have that over there, surely.
What do you
Like
mean?
your
Like,
county fairs
oh
and
yeah,
stuff, is that?
we call them carnivals. Well, I guess we have state fairs as well. We call them both.
But it is just people towing rides to places and setting up into it.
Yeah.
I don't trust that shit.
Why can't I build this?
I just like going to them for the food stalls.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly trust like Disney and Universal tier rides a bit more.
Posty Viper says every time Adam places the bomb stomp, he shows up like, who's triggering my OCD?
Woo! Okay. Did it.
This is Verlaine on the Torrens. What the hell just happened? Sevastopol!
How the fuck do you get that top ranking?
Well, by cheating.
I mean, how is that even a rank?
Let's see. Where's my friends filter? Oh yeah, still collating.
Greg's just better at us
Yeah.
better than us at all of the Alien and Predator games. Full stop.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us for today's stream. Hope you all have a good rest of your Sunday. And if you'd like to see more Alien Isolation, pop on for one of our streams in October, because we will just be playing this game in October to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Well, we might play one other game too. We'll see.
You'll find out.
But mostly Isolation. So
Indeed.
thank you again for joining us. You can always find us on our website, avpgalaxy.net, and all the major socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, of course, which you know because you're here. Keep an eye out for some editorials we got planned in the near future. I've been working on a big project that's taken up way too much of my time, and I hope to finally have it out this week. We have a few podcasts that are currently being edited. We will be recording a retrospective podcast on Isolation. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters, if any are in the chat. We promise we will have another genetic memory episode coming. I will continue to bug Aaron about it until we record it. But yeah, thank you again.
Indeed. Thank you, everybody.